go. Less than two crew. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you are doing well. Welcome back to another edition of The Pad, where we get together every week on a Friday. We hang out. We kick off the weekend. We answer all the questions. We have all the conversations. And we have a good-ass time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me say hello to the early chatters, and let's get right into some stuff. Jez, hello. Papaya, welcome in. Oh, we got a treasure train coming in? What the fuck? Jinx, welcome in. Kellyanna, hello. Chrissy with the 30 watt bus. Thanks so much, Chrissy. Appreciate you. Rob with 2Bs, what's up? Katesy, hello. Lori, welcome in. Jenraz, what's up? Megal Bagel in the building says, what's good, Pooya? I'm doing well, Megal. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Soja, what's up? Mandy, hello. Kansas, what's up? What's up? Jenna Lee. AJ with the 45 stream streak. Thank you for watching me for 45 streams in a row. I do appreciate it, AJ. Thank you so much. Jen, hello. Gina, Elizabeth in the building. Shan, friends with the Prime sub. Thank you, Shan, for using one Prime on me. I really do appreciate that. Welcome back for month number. What do we got? 47. Good season of Survivor. Good month. Thank you so much, Shan, for the support. I really do appreciate that. Memories, hello. Welcome in. Canna Biscuits, what's good? Russ, of course, Russ. Happy to provide a raid. You've given me so many raids in the last, I'll say a couple of years, low key. So yeah, of course, least I can do, Russ. Kirsten, what it do? Welcome in. Hello. What you up to tonight, Kirsten? Christine, what's up? Tara, hello. I got hooked on Survivor. Only took me 3 guesses today. Let's see if I can get it later. Christine, hello. Laura, what's good? Dupree says, happy Pat on Friday the 13th. I feel like, and I could be wrong, chat, I feel like we've had a lot of Friday the 13th streams. As in, we've had Friday the 13th has landed a lot of times, I think, on the calendar recently. Must be a bit chilly there today. It's not chilly. We needed these emotes for Jeff's rap on Wednesday. Do not traumatize me all over again. AZ, thank you for the 5 stream streak. Appreciate it. And thank you for the 11 gifted subs to the community. Thank you. Appreciate you, AZ. Waiting for your waiting music is... Oh, thank you, Megal. I'm happy you all enjoy the waiting music. It's good positive vibes to kick things off. Hoping Power comes back soon. It's been out for 3 hours. Oh my God, AJ, where are you right now? May, welcome in. AZ, let me say a hello to the 11 people that are now part of the Lesson 2. Compliments of you. And it's Mayrose, Bomb Knox, Midwest Sunshine, That Glee, Squeegee Evie, Jessica Jar, Bridget, Dad Coke Only, Human Revolution, and Fig Mellow. If you're in the chat and you got a sub here, make sure you give an emote or use any emote of your choice. That have to be the Lesson 2. Any you would like. Welcome in. Mandy, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Jabina, thank you for the 40 months. Thank you. Welcome back in. Month number 40, 44 for Grace. Thank you so much, Grace. Chat, thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Stephanie, welcome in and hello. Samantha, what's good? Welcome in. Fig Mellow, what up? Steph, thank you for the Prime. Welcome back for number 60. That's 5 years here with us. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. 2 Friday the 13th in a row. That's what I'm saying. It feels like it's been happening a lot. If the Friday the 13th hits in February, automatically hits in March if it's not leap year. Good to know. 69 people in chat. Is it still 69? Well, what a blessed problem to have. We're at 73. You're at work? I'm doing well, Tom. So hopefully work goes smoothly for you. And Hero, hello, Silly Rose. Miss you, Mr. Super Wings today. My welcome blown away. Oh my God. That is a lot. Daisy, good evening. Welcome in. Welcome in. It feels like a Friday the 13th here at work. All the crazier. Oh no. Hearing you talk about Friday the 13th, my grandpa had a group of friends who all pooled money together to create the Last Man Standing Club. The idea was that the Last Man Standing would win all the money, but the Final Four decided just to split it. Every year they all got together on the first Friday the 13th of the year. Amazing, Kellyanne. I do like that they faithfuled it at the end. They're like, nah, we'll just split it. We're just going to split it. We don't need to... 3 of us don't need to lose out on this money. Allie, thank you for the Prime. Welcome back from number 52. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Allie. Thank you so much. I consider Emily flipping an unintentional Loki. Tell me more, Rob. Lauren, thank you for the 62 months. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. I think the concept of Friday the 13th of the year is so funny. It's the first Friday the 13th. Oh, first Friday the 13th of the year. Gotcha. Chat, you already know what we do here, but in case you're new, first of all, welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay here with us. So what we do on a Friday night is relatively unique. We go through every question that's asked. We answer them all, whether it's in the chat or in my form. If you would like to anonymously submit a question, that is an option for you as well. You are not, if you don't want your name attached to a question, or you just kind of feel uncomfortable asking a question, but you've always wanted to know something, put it in the anonymous form. Absolutely allowed. So yeah, how's your family? T-Money, they are good. I talked to my dad on Monday. Talked to my mom on, was it Tuesday? But they're both doing well, thankfully. Thank you for asking. But yeah, anything is on the table, chat. You want to talk about Survivor? We'll talk about Survivor. You want to talk about Traders? We'll talk about Traders. You would like to talk about the podcast I do? Absolutely allowed also. General life questions? Sure. You want me to rank 3 food items? I can do that. Anything goes. It can be serious. It can be silly. Up to you. It can be filthy depending. Don't get too filthy. I don't know you like that. Share your thoughts on Jeff's rap. I already did. That was the one thing I tweeted about on Wednesday, and that was low-key. I think the fried chicken and waffles chant was better, and I hated that. You already know I hated that. Ranking isn't arbitrary and reductive here. No, we encourage ranking here. It's fun to push an opinion. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you so much. Yeah, thankfully I've been able to talk to them, although very brief, obviously, like 2 minutes with my dad, 1 minute with my mom, but that's all I need right now, is to know they're okay, you know? Jeff should never rapping it. Yeah, that was uncomfortable. It's fun to rank here. Yes. Choo choo indeed. Thank you everyone for that lovely treasure train. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your support means the world to me. The fact that you still come in every week to these Friday streams means a lot. And also, I know it's fun for you, but also fun for me. So thank you. I walked out to the kitchen when Jeff started to rap, and I stayed there when my wife was cackling that Coach was waving his arms. I just rewatching it was more uncomfortable this time. I think knowing it's coming is worse a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I think that for me, I didn't see the sneak peek, and then I only found out that it was happening because minutes before the clip happened, I did see on Twitter that one of the trending topics was Jeff Rap divides audience, and I was like, divides rap? Oh no, something's about to happen. So just the heads up, I have not watched the House of Villains episode today. So the latest episode 5, I have not watched. So no spoilers, please. Other than that, we're good to go. I found Q saying that he got voted out because people wanted more screen time annoying. You found what Q said to be like you found Q to be annoying in saying that, or other people annoying for voting Q out for that reason, Jinx? Which one? I was forever on Wednesday with Richard Hatch and Johnny Fairplay. It was a fun event. Interesting, Lori. Who else was there? Or were they the two people, or were they hosting, right? Who else was there? I think that when it comes to a returnee season, you have to factor in every bit of meta that exists. Meaning, obviously, people have been talking about these alliances that have been formed through pre-gaming. That doesn't surprise me in the least bit. I think the other thing that doesn't surprise me is the idea that if I'm on that island with a Christian Hubicki, I know he's going to be the star of the show. I know he's going to probably have the most camera time. Am I aligned with him? Yes. Cool, then I want no smoke. Am I not aligned with him? He could leave. That would might even benefit me. It's not a guarantee, but I think that's definitely a factor out there. People recognize who is going to be supported, who is going to get a lot of screen time, who's going to take their shine, so to speak. I wanted to go and went to the Chicago one with Ozzy. Ooh, okay. There were 2 hosts and a bunch of nerds. Wow. I found the Charlie Rizzo segment quite unexpected. I'm waiting to see if Rizzo hastened his departure. What do you mean hastened? What does that mean? I found it fascinating because I think it showed one thing, and that is that these wounds that you get playing Survivor stay fresh. Like, Charlie was 1 vote away from winning. And when you tell someone that, hey, one of the votes he didn't get was his closest ally, it's unbelievable to a certain degree. So I understand that completely. As in, I get why he's upset. Now, would I take it out on another player? No. But I don't think a lot of people would have imagined Christian would get this much screen time. Really? I feel like Christian's one of the easy guaranteed stars of any given season. I think this is just I think it's because we haven't seen Christian in so long. I think this is just a reminder of how good he was as a character. Because on David vs. Goliath, we didn't know him, right? We got to know him as things were going on, and I remember him being my favorite so early on. And he definitely, for as long as he was there, he was shining. Then now he's back. And I think that also what's clear to me, and we can look up a graphic if we need to, is that the old school is definitely getting a lot more shine than the new school. And I think it's a combination of 2 things. One, the fact that potentially these old schoolers are doing better as things stand. Or on the other side of things, I think something else to consider is the fact that what's it called? People got tired of the new era. They wanted the old era. They want something different. And it doesn't get more different than Christian Hubicki. Just by getting Charlie riled up and looking to get Rizzo out because of those old wounds. Yeah. Can we talk about how AU is better than us? Been the US Survivor right now? AU is definitely, it's so interesting to me. The discourse of AU versus US is that AU feels like it didn't change the format. As in, AU said, we're sticking to 24 people. We're sticking to 2 tribes. We are using themes like old Survivor used to. And we're going to stay a long game. Whereas US was like, we're stripping it down from 39 to 26. We're only having 3 tribes of 6 now. That's our formatting. 18 players. No more, no less. And I think the show suffered as a result of that. I think people just got tired. It got very repetitive. It got very frustrating. I could literally go back on my tweets and look at how at the first 3 weeks of every season, I bitch about the fact that people are losing their votes for no fucking reason. And I think that doesn't help. So it's fun to have both side by side because I do think the casting on US is superb. I do enjoy the casting on US, and I am enjoying US Survivor vastly. But I think that it's funny when I watch and cover AU, I feel like I'm Rob back in like 2017, 2016. As in, I feel like I'm a listener again. Is that weird to say? Because I feel like I'm going back in time a little bit with how that formatting is. This is the first time in a long time that I've been enjoying US more than AU. I think seeing the returning faces helps for sure. And it's been fun. Good at it, shitting your pants? Right. We're just not used to getting what we want, so Christian being the feature is so shocking. Yeah. Like, where's the big Jonathan edit? Which, by the way, Jonathan's getting a decent edit, actually, low-key. I only got to Survivor All-Star, so I only know Christian from the... I see, Jinx. Interesting social divide on Aubrey saying Genevieve was a sneaky bitch. New schoolers are freaking out saying, how dare she say that, versus old school saying that's nothing. Shows the perfect distinction between the 2 schools. I think the other thing, and I don't mean to keep pausing the music, I think the other thing with that is that I feel like it always becomes the argument then of like, hey, y'all want old school Survivor so bad, you can't handle when someone's calling someone a sneaky bitch. Like, you can't do that. I think that, for example, I've seen a post about how Rachel Lamont is like commenting on it. I think if this person is your close friend, I get it. For me, I think that if we're on a show together and I think you're being sneaky, then you're being sneaky. I'm going to say it. You know, that's the thing. So I don't think it's that big of a deal, or it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I feel like unless Genevieve says she was very bothered by it, I don't like. For me, it doesn't change anything. But that's just me personally. Yeah, I think the other part also is probably like people being like, hey, you're old school. You should know better than to diss the new kids. And the new kids kind of, maybe that's more of a thing. It's like, oh, hey, don't come after one of our own. So. I see the nerds flooded with nerds, partially why I like it. Christian is a unique nerd for sure, but I don't think the players out there would see him as a star, especially from the preseason interviews. I think Christian is a very unique person, more unique than any, like, who's the next closest? If you had to say this person is the second most Christian Hubicki person, who is that person? It's very hard to come by. AZ, holy fuck. AZ, thank you for the 13 gifted to Respawning, Gary, Stephanie, Rabbit Gun, Matt Lagori, RHAP fan, Brittle, Dasha, PTSD, Cornbread, D's here, Mama Virus, Eyes of Joy, and Russ back again. Part of the lesson 2 crew. Compliments to you. AZ, thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Y'all get the lesson 2s in chat one time, please and thank you. Put Shuffle on. See what Shuffle wants to dish out today. All I can think regarding the one tribe is that Coach's honor and integrity is not the same as Joe's. Interesting. Cupcakes, welcome in. Hello. Why is no one targeting the girl whose name begins with a K? She has way too much power, and Mark is just letting it happen. He's going to be effed up merge, and it keeps going. Listen, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. More power to the social game, I guess. Role might have been funnier in Joel, but I can't know because he was against Asia. She was my parasocial podcast friend. Rome has been interesting on Twitter, I will say. Because have y'all heard about this 83 points that rocked the NBA this week? The amount of people I've seen trying to discredit this is nuts to me. Carolyn, that's not a bad channel. Carolyn's a star also on any show she's on. It's just a thing where people like Rachel can have opinions that it doesn't have to be a whole news piece. No shade to you, just how much I've seen Rachel's reaction about it blown up by people. Oh, Scarkel, this is, and I don't take any shade of this. This is the new short form era phenomenon. The amount of creators now that exist on Twitter, on TikTok, on Shorts, on Reels, where they're looking for these things. You know, the tweet segment used to be a tiny segment on like the feedback show on RHAP. Survivor tweets, Survivor Chat BCC content, that has become its own product that gets rotated with a quickness. And I think that because that happens, and it goes and like, you know, 4, 5, 6 people, because like if you're following 1,000 people and someone posts something, you might miss it. You might not even see that it happened, right? But if now you miss it and then 11 other people post about it, you're now going to see it, and suddenly you're going to see it and it's going to happen. So yeah, I think that's probably why it has become more of a thing, is because I think it's just circulating more, because I think there's more content creation opportunities formed for people. Christian's the 101. That's what I'm saying. AZ with another 4 gifted. Thank you, AZ. Cozy Pair, Frenchia, Light Crew, and Copy Kate Killer. Great name. Welcome in. Compliments. AZ. Thank you so much, AZ. Thank you, thank you, thank you. W even number. All right, we have our first question in the forum chat, shall we? Oh, we have a lot of questions in the forum. I'm starting mental health medication for the first time tomorrow, and I'm scared of going on this new path and what it might bring. Any words of encouragement would be greatly appreciated. I think that as someone who is currently waiting on his ADHD diagnosis, the way I've talked about it in therapy is that for me, I see this as a necessary discovery of oneself. Like, nothing wrong with me, but I definitely do think there are things I do that I could be doing better, and ways I I see the world that are a little blurry. The analogy I used in therapy was I feel like I can see things, but my vision's a little blurry. I need contacts, and I don't know which lenses I need, and I need to put the lenses on and see if they fit. So once I'm prescribed the lenses, I'll put the lenses on. We'll see if they fit. We'll see how we feel, and if it's working good, we run with it. If it's not working good, we don't run with it. But yeah, it can be trial and error, as Silly Rose is saying. Take your meds, assess yourself, feel yourself, see where you're going, see how you're feeling, go from there. D says, I will say depression medicine has been something I need at times, and it helps immensely, and for years at a time. Meds workout, don't give up. Hell yeah. Absolutely, D's. That's a good way to describe it. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate that. Would you look oddly at someone for using glasses? No, right? Exactly. Medicine is basically glasses. You have a disability, don't feel bad about getting help. Absolutely. I started therapy myself. Those who I think it's going to be good to help see how to deal with things better and view them in a better way. Honestly, some sessions for me, I feel like I'm just talking out loud and I'm hitting epiphanies on my own, but my therapist is there to then ask me the next question to, like, you know, get me set up. So it helps. It really does. Question was, just be aware of any changes to tell your prescriber. Good luck. That's a great piece of advice, Lori. I'm open about my med situation. There's a great chance that you'll feel some immediate relief. Sorry. And sometimes it doesn't stick with the first med and dose you try, and that's okay. You're on the way to feeling better, and I'm happy you're working on yourself. Well put, Cupcakes. Hey, Scotsman, the GOAT. What's good, man? How you doing? You flying out for the night? It's pretty late where you are. How you doing, man? Welcome in. Welcome into my lovely community. Talk with your doctor about what will interact with your medication. Mental health meds will have some really weird interaction, like grapefruit. Interesting. There you go. Didn't Emily want Ozzy out last week? Now she wants him to be her bestie. Hey, life changes. Be adaptable. Be fluid. You never know. Just flew out. It's nearly 3 a.m. It really is, man. It really is. It's 10 minutes to 10 p.m. for me now. It's 9:50. So I'm chilling. But I know for you, it's bedtime. Yeah, but Emily wanting Ozzy out last week and not wanting to be her bestie, I'm fine with that. You can change your mind on Survivor. Also, for what it's worth, if you feel like someone's very strong, work with them. Also, didn't Ozzy come in as one of the only people from her original tribe? No. It was Ozzy, Christian. Who else? Hold on. I should remember the tribe divisions, but I don't. Where is the tribe division? There it is. So Emily had Christian and Ozzy from her original. And like, I think for what it's worth, once you see the trios forming, the others forming, it was a little bit like, yeah. And don't get frustrated if your meds need to change over time. Routine check-ins with your doctor on occasion, adjustments make a difference, just like your vision prescription can change over time. Exactly. And that's the thing I got a detailed explanation of from the person who did I went through like a bit of a questionnaire last year, not a proper assessment, and she explained how medication and stuff worked, because she was like, yeah, the medication, like, it could make you dull. And I was like, well, for my line of work, that's not ideal. And I was like, is there such a thing as like modular use where like you could use it for like a couple hours and it would be impactful for a couple hours and stuff? She was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, there's different dosages and stuff. And like, it was a very open conversation, which I did appreciate. Emily and Ozzy, such an unexpected pair, and I love it. This is the type of thing brain steals are made of, you know? I'll probably always be on 90% or some sort, and I'm okay with that because it's only way I can try. They're right. It is just those three. Thank you. Meridian, I went through the whole list before I read your message. Aaron, welcome and hello. I was literally just getting used to the tribe formation. Now they switched it up. You know what's interesting is the people who are on the show complaining about swaps. I didn't realize how much, if you're in a good situation, a swap will suck for you. Because we've been begging for swaps to change things up before. Because like New Era Survivor was not really swapping like that. But I think for me, what I've learned is I don't want these little baby swaps. Give us 2 tribes. You could have given us 2 tribes of 10. We didn't need 3 tribes of 7. We didn't need that. Especially when the divides aren't going to feel like be equal. It's just like, it can be so damning sometimes. Did you see Q's exit interview? He was said Ozzy's playing things up with the camera. He was shocked. It doesn't surprise me that people were doing more and the most. I think every returnee season is going to have people doing way more. They're like themselves times 50. Really and truly, I believe that in my heart. Like, once you've been on the show once, I think every other time after that, you're going to be a lot more animated or a lot more, like, you know, put on, I think. I'm trying to think of a good example to give you of someone who, like, went off the show, found out what people liked, and then came back and was just spamming that button. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of who that person is. Coach in Heroes Villains was kind of like that. That's a great point. Yes. Philip was kind of like that also. But yeah, it's like you found out, I found out you like this one thing about me. I'm going to say that a bunch. Why return is more entertaining on Survivor than Big Brother? Great question. I think that returnees that come back on Survivor are like, this is another chance to play, but it's still like shorter amount of time. It's still, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to play it to our fullest. We're on a journey. I think Survivor is a bit also like a journey in and of itself. It's like, you're back on the island. You're back fighting the elements and other people. Big Brother is, all right, I'm back in this air conditioned house for the next 3 months, hopefully. Anyway, let me just lock in and be quiet so I don't go home early. For the most part. Ideally, I think Big Brother returnees are a lot more fun if it was truly and seriously sequestered to the point where there was no pre-gaming. But I think because there is pre-gaming, once you get there, if your pre-gaming stuff is set up, just lock in and be quiet, and you're like probably going to just, you know, coast. About a crazy Survivor season idea. Game starts with 1 tribe and splits into 2 tribes at the merge for 4 boots, then back to 1 tribe. Hold up. So the game is like a game starts with like 18 people on the same beach. It splits into 2 tribes of 6 at the final 12. And then at final 8, we're back to 1 tribe. Interesting. I thought they would do a double boot on Wednesday. My new prediction is that there will be lots of double boots early merge, a la Redemption. And yes, I think so too. I think we're about to get some episodes that are just going to push people out. I really thought we were going to get something like that here. I'm low-key waiting. If we stay on 3 tribes for 1 more week, why aren't we getting a triple eviction? And by eviction, I mean triple elimination. All 3 tribes go to tribal. That could happen. So as refreshing returns, I've missed it. I think they waited too long to do a returnee season, and I think now we're about to... I think the 50 era is about to have like 3 returnee seasons. Genuinely. Aren't there like 18 days left and 20 people? Yes. Yes, there is. There's too many people in Too Little Island left. Do you think Aubrey is getting the winner edit? I don't think I would say anyone's getting the winner edit. I think the most favorable edits right now are Christian, Suri, I think. I feel like what's his name? Devins is getting a decent edit. I think Genevieve's getting good content. Although I'm not feeling great about Genevieve after this last episode. I feel like up until this point she was getting good content. I think Ozzy's getting decent content. I think they wanted us to enjoy as many people as on this cast for as long as we could. Yes, I agree, Russ, and I think that's the right way to go about it. You know, we always talk about, hey, let the preseason of Big Brother, the pre-jury, go slower, and then let the jury phase be like 3 weeks, because it's going to get boring quick. This may be a controversial opinion, but I feel them getting rid of Q was good gameplay. I mean, who was the alternative in that spot, Rob? Who would have gone instead? Mythical Jade says, hey all, I'm mostly in lurk mode tonight, but I wanted to pop in and say hi. Hope everyone's having a good week. Thank you, Jade. Hope you have a good time in lurk mode. Thank you for hanging out. Appreciate it. Is there anyone on Survivor 50 you're surprised isn't being shown more in the edit? Mike White and Angelina. What the fuck is going on? Both of them I thought were going to be stars of this season. And they're nowhere to be seen. I'm not surprised Tiffany's not getting a big edit, honestly. Or like a lot of screen time. I'm not surprised. Who else? Do I still have that post? Yes. But yeah, Mike White and Angelina for sure. And D. I think D's getting nothing, which is surprising to me. Tiffany is getting, I can see that companion edit. Yeah. I would have been okay with a Steph boot. More than a Q boot. All right. Next question is, do you agree with Tiffany's moves this episode? What was Tiffany's move? Her telling Aubrey? I'm not particularly, here's the thing. Oh my God, sorry I keep pausing. I feel like part of me, if I was in Tiffany's shoes, I would want there to be more of a balance in new era and old school players. And right now, I feel like the tide is very much against the new era. And that would worry me as a new era person. If there was too many people left from new era, then I would be in a bad spot. I'm not mad at you picking up Aubrey. It sounds like Aubrey is about, if Aubrey stays in this game, Aubrey's going to work with Tiffany to the bitter end. Like, that is a good alliance to have, a good connection to have. So we'll see. Sorry, Chad, if I yawn at any point, I am tired, full disclosure, but it's for good reason. Liana left this morning. She went on holiday to go spend time with her mom, and I woke up early to say goodbye, and then I didn't go back to sleep. And I've been up since. I had some editing to do. I had some work to do. Then I had some RP stuff going on, so I didn't get a nap in. So if I look fatigued or seem fatigued or yawn fatiguely, now you know why. I wonder if some of the under people right now are, so because they go far, like Q has been getting a lot. Oh, I see. Now he's gone. People that are lasting a while will get here. Yeah, I mean, listen, if someone like Mike or Angelina leaves next week, then it's like, well, why didn't you show them enough? You didn't show them that much. We'll see. But I do think if there's someone who's been getting a lot of story leaves, then it's like, yeah, they're going to make room for the people who don't have more time on the show later, potentially. Can you all not in Arizona petition your Congress to get rid of daylight saving time? What, you want us to get rid of daylight saving, AZ? Is that what it is? Wait, what did Duran say? Oh, I did read your message, yes. How are you this week? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to yawn. That was so unprofessional. How are you this week? I'm doing well. I'm doing great. This was a very interesting week. This was truly the first week of no trader talk for me so far. Because some of you would have seen the Johnny and Tara deep dive dropped on Monday, but I recorded that last week. So you saw that. You saw me talk Survivor AU with Mike Bloom this week. That's also out. I today finally got back on track. I've recorded 90 Day with Kirsten today for 2 episodes. That's going to drop tomorrow. The PAL has been recorded and edited. It just has to get uploaded. That's tonight or tomorrow. It'll be dropping. And then I did the RP stream on what's it called? On Wednesday. That was brutal. Let me just say, not because the content would have been great. The server has been having issues these last couple of weeks, and it was the worst it's been on Wednesday, where we kept getting logged out and the server kept disconnecting. So that was a brutal stream for that reason, but I think that you will enjoy the streams if I bring them back again. The RP every now and then. Also, there will be Goose Goose on Sunday. I like daylight saving / ducks. How are you this week? I just answered that, so I'm good. I'm decent. I think my light's flickering in the back. Let me just fix that also. Drove Liana to the airport. Early flights can be good. She drove herself to the airport, actually. I just woke up to say goodbye because I didn't want to not say goodbye to her today. Izzy doesn't have, so the rest of the country needs to catch up. Yeah. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know. Do I need it? Do I not need it? I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. Lil Leaf, welcome in. Hope you had a good weekend. Or sorry, week. I hope you have a great weekend coming up. Your reaction to Johnny saying he wasn't a fan of AU Trade was so funny. I knew exactly why he was saying that. That's for sure. We still enjoyed our RPG despite the server issues. Thank you, Lil Leaf. Thank you so much. I'm glad you did. If she's heading out west, the weather is so nice right now. She is very happy where she is. She was like, oh, it's warm. I was like, don't you get any ideas? You have to come back. You have to come back to me. Don't do it. March Madness picks? I have not looked and I have not made my bracket yet. Can't believe we're already at that time, though. Good or bad move to stay David versus Goliath strong? Wouldn't they go farther if they let one go now before the merge? Now, after the merge, Christian or Mike will be bigger targets than Angelina. While that is true, I think they still have a chance to do something about it if they would want to. I think the options are on the table. I mean, look at it this way. I think Kyle leaving is only going to help Camilla stay in the game a longer time. So that's not a bad piece of logic to not stick DVG strong. But also, you don't want to be in a position where, let's say in this instance, Christian lets Angelina go, but he hasn't secured numbers elsewhere. Then guess who leaves next if they lose again? Christian. So I think securing numbers in the event that you want to let someone who's another ally of yours go is a good idea. But I don't know. I'm not fully convinced that they should not stay DVG strong, you know? Love when the time go back, hates when the time goes forward. Yeah, I agree. Time going forward sucks. Also, someone said, I thought you were going to see retired because of your sleep schedule. My sleep schedule's immaculate now. I'm sleeping at 2 a.m. I'm waking up at 8 a.m. and that's it. That's my sleep for the day. It's been incredible. Love when the time goes back. Hate when the time moves forward. I just read that also. See, this is a byproduct of being tired. I'm going to repeat the same things again. I think the bracket is filled Sunday. Oh, there you go. I think Selection Sunday is this week too. Of course, we will have the buy-in games. Of course, naturally. How are your family and as parents and extended family doing? Are they safe? Yes, they're all safe. To my knowledge, everyone's reassured me they are safe. Now, are these valid or are they just being nice to like make me feel secure? No idea. I'm hoping they're being honest. Quite frankly, that would be nice. So yeah. If there is a world where that tribe goes to tribal 2 more times, I could see Steph going and then Christian going with Emily and Ozzy. Yeah, I could see that. I could see that for sure. Did y'all see the news about the traders, by the way? I know I said I didn't talk traders this week. I've been jonesing clearly. The traders has been renewed all the way until 2030 in the UK. 2030. That's 4 years from now. It's locked in. Locked in, guaranteed. Incredible. And that's not just UK regular. Celebrity UK has been confirmed for all those years also. We're going to eat good. I think Claudia's not going anywhere. I think Claudia, after me, Claudia has the second most job security on the UK side of things. And Annabelle, if you're listening out there, you and I will be there. So that's awesome. UK's locked. AU's coming back. New Zealand's coming back. US is not going anywhere anytime soon. Although US has not had a new renewal yet. So we'll see. We'll see. But yeah. Also, we're fully caught up on the forum. If anyone would like to submit a new question in the forum, go on ahead. You can do so. Yes. Same traders article stated UK is not doing red cloak / secret trader again. And I love that. You tried something, it didn't work. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's fine. That's also allowed. I'm just surprised that it isn't on network TV instead of streaming. UK? It is on network TV, is it not? Isn't ITV network TV in UK? What is a question you wish someone would submit on the form? What do you like to know? I don't know. If I'm answering this like earnestly, what are some of the questions I enjoy answering the most, right? I've enjoyed sharing when people want to know more lore about how we got here, whether it's to do with RJP lore, me lore, whatever. I love doing that stuff. I also really enjoy giving advice for streaming stuff if people are interested in that ever. RP questions are great. My thought, like I don't think I have like a favorite question or a question that I'm really hoping for people to ask, because also there's a world where like my quote unquote question I would like people to ask, I would never answer if you put it in a form. You know what I mean? Oh, the American version. Well, the civilian version is going to be on network TV. That one is. I do like the idea of giving the audience a way to play along with guessing a trader, but Secret Trader wasn't it, at least for us. I enjoyed it I would have enjoyed it more if it was formatted differently than the way we got it. Like there's a world where you could maybe justify having, yeah, it's tough. Oh, for US, not for us. See, Mandy, you didn't capitalize it. Yeah. I don't like playing along. I want to see what the trader is. I don't mind playing along because the detective game can be fun, but then for coverage, it's a nightmare because I don't like. You can't have me spend 5 weeks talking about how well the trader is definitely these two people, because why would anyone in this group kill these 3 people? And then you know who it is? The person who you thought the least likely to kill those 3 people. Now it's like, well, my coverage is out the window. So, yeah. I don't think you can have it where we don't know who the traders are, period. So I think that's why the Secret Trader was a fun experiment of like, let's try if we had one of them covered. But then I think they gave up on it too quickly. Name 5 players who you wanted to see play again on 50, excluding people you personally know and are close to. Great question. In order to do so, I need to go ahead and open my buddy Brand Steel real quick and look at some pictures. Let's see. If I'm friends with them and I still wanted to see them play, does that count? Is that fair or no? Gabby Pascuzzi. Oh, yeah, you're about to say these are all friends. Franny. Those are 2. Low-key, I would like to see John Hennigan play again. I think he had potential. I think he could be fun. You said 5. Are these really my top 3? I don't know. Let me look at some other photos to get some inspo. See, I could say Caleb from 45. Saul, I could say Saul. Saul would be a great pick for me. Bryce, obviously a great pick also. It's funny. I'm like naming people that I definitely have interacted with before. Is it my fault that I've interacted with them and then I also wanted them to be on the show? Maybe. Who knows? Who else? You know what? She would never do it again because of how egregious and like awful her time was on her season. Kelly Kim would be top of my list. Would love to see Kelly Kim play again. But sadly, I don't think that'll ever happen. If we don't know who it is, it's like a lame version of Claim to Fame. Right. Because what are they going to do? Give us clues? I'd much rather than just not reveal the traitors until episode 2. Let us play along finding out the first murder. That's not bad. I don't mind that at all. Leave us completely in the dark, especially because for the most part, like with the US, for example, we get both episodes night one anyway. With the UK, we get both episodes within 2 days. So why not? I really like what Canada with the reverse shoulder tap. I think we need more creative tools like that for the players. That said, I love the show. Just thoughts. Yes, agreed. I think the less metagameable stuff, the better. The sad reality is I think US is going to be a tough one to manage with the metagame, but I think they could still do it. I think it's possible. I just want to know where Shannon Ricardo. Yeah, 41 getting no rep. Interesting. Penner's a great one for me also. See, I was the #1 Malcolm fan. I'm good off Malcolm. I think we're good. Jerry would be great also. Carol and Jesse both great also. How do you think Caitlyn Jenner would do on the Traitors? I have no idea. I'm not familiar with Caitlyn Jenner's work barely at all. Penner I could see being on the next season of the Traitors, low-key alley. I really could. Zach Wernberger for you. Fairs. It's a good pick. I've not watched the recap from the LA event yet. Chad, how was that? For those of you that have already watched. Being at the LA event was fantastic. Ooh, tell me more, Megal. I don't want to see Christian for Traitors. Well, now I don't think we're going to see Christian on Traitors for a while. How many of the survivors that didn't make season 15 do you think... Sorry, season 50, do you think will be on the next season of Traitors? Name some that you think should have been on 50 and weren't, and I can tell you whether or not I could see them getting on the Traitors. I wish it was 1 or more hours longer. So fun. Which show, Zemo, are we talking about here? Do you know if Archie is covering Gabby Wendy's new reality show? I think it's Love Overboard on Hulu. Daisy, if I was betting, I would say not, because I've heard nothing about that show being covered on RHAP. I want to hash on Twitter until I realized he wouldn't pass my no one with a criminal background test. Yeah. I got so much FOMO from the live event. Replay was supposed to go but couldn't last minute. Oh no, Jen. That's always the worst. Meeting Taryn and Christian was such a surreal experience. I can imagine. Oh, the live show. Poverty killed on the panel? I wouldn't expect anything less. But yeah, we'll be checking out that podcast later on this weekend. Since I've got nothing but time this weekend. We're just chilling this weekend, so easy enough to do. Easy enough to pull off. It should be fine. We'll get it done. Also, I went to the dentist on yesterday. And I had a laser procedure done, which I didn't know was doable with the mouth, with teeth, but I got to do it. Yay me. If you were on a show, what weird food thing would we see? Rob raw dog and an egg, Michael scoop plate, etc. Oh, like what do I do that's weird with food? I don't fucking know if I do that. What is a weird thing I do with food? It's weird to explain, but like I feel like when I drink soda, I don't chew it, but I feel like the first sip I take definitely has like a bite to it, or looks like I'm biting. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Maybe you'll notice it now. Who knows? Who knows, chat? I don't know. I don't chew soda, but like I do one of these. Like let's say this is my drink. Like that, something like that. Just me and the cats this weekend. That's right. What do lasers do to your teeth? They were used in the cleaning process of my teeth. So. Have you ever had a McDonald's Sprite? It's a fair question. Fair retort there. Fair retort there. That stuff crunchy. Yep. Now that I think about it, I really do want to see Jerry on the Trader just see her trash them for not picking her for 50. That'd be good content. Oh, also, we watched, speaking of trashing, we went to the hockey game this week and we watched the Minnesota Wild destroy the Utah Mammoth. It was phenomenal stuff. It was a good time. The cast you should have a spa day. Might need it, you know. Might need it. All right. We are. Oh, one question in the forum. How will you be spending Saturday without Liana? So tomorrow, I have a thing on RP to do around like 4 p.m. So that's easy. That's spoken for. And then I intend on uploading and putting out the PAL, putting out 90. Those things are gonna happen tomorrow. Give some FaceTime to the girls because I know they're gonna be sad and alone without Liana here. Otherwise it's gonna be quiet, Chad. There's not a lot going on here. So too soon. Utah stole the Coyotes. Did the Arizona Coyotes end so that Utah could get a team? I thought Utah just got a new team. Oh, you're right. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Fuck. Damn it, it's been 2 years also. Fucking hell. Kamel's cousin was also at the live show, so all their stuff on the show got big pops. Oh, amazing. Is the RP thing Ism or Ox? It's Ox. Ism's not got any motion now, Mandy. Ism's got zero storyline currently. Are you going to watch any shows, movies this weekend? I will be watching Australian Survivor because I'm doing the podcast with Mike tomorrow night. I will also be watching House of Villains. Those are two things I'll be watching in the next 24 hours. I don't think I'm watching a movie. I don't plan on watching a movie. We'll see though. But I was out this week, so I have to catch one Ox. There you go, Mandy. Yeah. No worries. Do you have a scripted show that you're watching like Dexter at this time? No. After Dexter, I needed time off from scripted, and it's been welcomed. Just because before Dexter, there was the that show on Peacock I don't remember what it was called now, which is not a good sign. I've become forgetful. And that was like 2 months ago. But then I watched like 3 scripted shows in one weekend. So now I needed to chill on that. Ism is in deep hibernation. Yes. Ism has woken up exactly twice in the last month. Both times it had to do with, I had a ticket up because one of my cars kept like not keeping the customizations I put on it. So we had to switch out the car. And I had to get a new car. So that's why I woke up. Otherwise, Ism's been sleeping. You will love this week's episode of House of Villains. Hell yeah. Can't wait. I want to watch that show with what's his name? What's his last name? Morgan something. And Daniel Radcliffe. Why am I blanking on this man's name? It's on Peacock. Not her. It's not her fault. Yes, Daisy, that one. Tracy Morgan. Thank you, Cupcakes. Wow, that was bad. I just couldn't think of it at all. I was stun locked. I've not watched either of those 2 movies, Sam, so that'll be a good idea for me. Rise and Fall, Reggie Jenkins. That's one that's on my list now. Pixie says, I don't think my stream count is advanced tonight. Pixie, if you open up Twitch again tomorrow and then click on the VOD for like 5 minutes, I think it'll count it. In the event that it hasn't by then. It's got some good potential. Happy to hear that. Sugar MC might have the whole season. Would I? The problem is I never check into my account after trader season. Let's see. Ugh, the authenticator app, chat. You gotta always have the authenticator app. Also, might I add, sensitive topic once again, but I spent $700 on World Cup tickets, and Iran might not even be going to the World Cup now. Kind of a wild universe. I might just be out $700. Well, not out. I'll still go to the game, but it wouldn't be the game I signed up to go for. You know what I mean? The Burbs also does look intriguing. I do agree with that. Rise and Fall of Reggie. I have no episodes, Sam. I have 0. My friend met Tracy Morgan. Tracy asked where he was. Friend said Arkansas, and Tracy replied, my friends, oh, love Kansas City. Amazing. Daniel Radcliffe is good at comedy. Daniel Radcliffe knows who Rob Cesternino is. We've not talked about this nearly enough, by the way. I saw that and thought of you immediately. Thank you, Ali. I bet they'd refund it. I have no idea. It's FIFA. I doubt they would give me back my money. They'd be like, fucking deal with it. Christian, welcome and happy Pat to you. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good night. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I mean, I feel like once you are the titular Harry Potter, your career is made. Like, he stays getting money from that franchise probably. So everything else he wants to do is like complete, I'm just interested in doing this. I don't know what RP is. RP is roleplay. Specifically, when I talk about RP, I'm talking about GTA RP because I'm involved in a thing called GTA RP, which is the game Grand Theft Auto 5. You can make characters within it. It's a specific mod though. You can make characters within it, and then you go on servers and you role play as those characters. So I embody 2 characters on this server I'm in. One is the newscaster by the name of Ism. The second one is a rapper / criminal by the name of Oxford. Those are my 2 characters that I play. And yeah, now you know what RP is. Thank you for asking. I do appreciate it. People will be like, we can't world events. Yeah, they're like, nah, you good. He's doing a show on a one-man show on Broadway right now. His career is truly wild. Yes. Do you see Rob R and Watch What Happens Live? He said Rob C was his biggest threat, and Ian. Hey, we'll take that. We'll take it. Ironically burning a Hogwarts candle right now. Not that I support. Hey, fairs. I wonder how many of the Survivor 50 celebs would also know who Rob is. Like, does Billie Eilish know who Rob Roush is? Yes, I would think so. Traitors seems to get through to normie culture more than any reality TV show, strategic reality TV show does right now. More than Big Brother, more than Survivor, more than The Challenge, more than House of Villains. The Traitors gets there. But obviously Love is Blind, Love Island, these are bigger and get to a further audience. But strategic show is The Traitors. Oh, you meant Rob C. I don't think Billie Eilish has watched the show, so I don't know. Now that we're a few episodes into Survivor 50, who is your winner pick? Who's the next one going home? Interesting stuff. I'll tell you this, I don't feel great about some people right now. My winner pick, I mean, am I dumb for wanting to go Christian Hubicki? But I might go Suri. Kind of nuts, I know, but I'm loving what I'm seeing from Suri's edit right now. Saw a t-shirt that was Rob C at the Know-It-All. Went to Etsy and typed in Rob's sister. 100 shirts of Rob Roush came up. This poor man. I did see Christian's t-shirt of Rob C over Rob R, and that did tickle me. How many people will know who Rob R is a year from now? Depends on what he does with his moment in fame. I think he's gonna end up on Dancing with the Stars already. So there's that. The world now. I love the normie. We are normies. I don't know. Are we normies? We might be abnormies, low key. We're a little too deep in the internet side of things to be considered true normies. Normies I consider to be people who watch the shows and then turn off the show and go to bed and never see what happened on social media about it. If that makes sense. That, but also back to the Rob Roush thing. I think that as a society, we just have too many shows now, too many things happening. We're not as tuned in. We're not as tapped in. We're not paying as much attention to things. And I think that's something to consider. So I literally forgot the name of the show that Daisy had to remind me that I watched a month ago or 2 months ago about. I'm using the Christian bandwagon. He's delivering just like I hoped he would. And I'm loving it. We're for sure in normies. Yeah, we're abnormies is what I would call us. We're abnormies. But in some things we are normies. It depends what the thing is. But reality TV is not one of them. We're abnormies. It was the one that said Jerry and Carolyn, Rob C and Jesse. Oh, that's sick. I like that shirt. That's the 50 snubs, right? Are you a Punch stan? I will not speak on this because we talk about it on the PAL. I learned about Punch for the first time this week. I had no idea what Punch was until last night. So you can check out the PAL, see what we said there. We're abnormies, yes. Yes. Are you watching the Academy Awards? I do not remember the last time I watched the award shows. The last award show moment I've witnessed was I was watching a show with Liana. I don't remember, was it a show or were we binging the Fast and Furious series? And I was on Twitter and I saw that Will Smith had slapped Chris Rock. So we dropped everything and we watched that moment. That is the last bit of award ceremony content I've consumed. I don't think so, Jinx. I don't think Punch and Judy. What makes that normie and not obsessing being the normie? While it's normie behavior to us to be obsessive, normie here depicts the mass audience. And more people are watching the show like that than they are like us. We not only watch the show, we dissect the show in our mind first. We then dissect the show through the discourse we see online second. And then we dissect the show through the podcast we listen to third. And then repeat step 3 like 2 more times if you're watching the feedback show and another one. So we are definitely the abnormies. But it's normal to us. This normal behavior to us. Technically. Also, I should have made a tea. My throat's starting to bother me. Now that the marathon of trader season is over, what were the biggest challenges and successes you faced in these last 6 months? Connor Rosenthorn for the last 6 months. Okay. Love this question. So my biggest obstacle, if I'm being absolutely transparent with my lovely community, my biggest obstacle, chat, was talking the traders on the podcast. Because Rob was on the show, and obviously Rob knew what was going on the show, at least to a certain degree. And then by the time he recorded the reunion, he definitely knew what happened on the show because he watched all the episodes before the reunion. Why do I say that was the hardest thing to do this season? Because I truly felt like I couldn't ask my co-host questions. I wanted to pick Rob's brain. I would want to do predictions with y'all know my format. I like to do predictions. I like to break things down. I like to speculate. It felt like those moments I had to do it alone because Rob couldn't get involved in it. So Rob would ask me more questions. Sorry, I'm messaging my best friend Dwight. All right. So that was very hard for me. The good things, the roses were kind of the same point though, getting to see Rob play and then getting a very unique experience and conversation from Rob's POV. Rob has now knowledge that we never had on the show, on the pod, and now we do thanks to Rob. So it's very fun getting to watch the show from his eyes and talk about the show from his eyes. I did appreciate that quite a bit. I think milestone moments for me was getting to talk to some of the people I interviewed this season. That was very fucking cool. Unexpected, like unbelievably unexpected to get to do some of these interviews. Another rose was I feel like I felt better about my preseason pods this time than I did season 3. I felt like the season 4 batches were a lot more detailed, were a lot more relevant, and I did enjoy that quite a bit. Now, what I would love to wish Rob had done is because Rob said you were wrong. Like he was when he did the 5 for 5 1 week, he was like, it's fun listening to these and knowing how wrong some of these are already. And I wish he would have taken notes. I could ask him, hey, which ones were wrong? Tell us. So yeah. All right. What else from the successes? I mean, the podcast has never been bigger than it has been now. And just getting on some of these interviews and the people in the interviews knowing who I am was pretty fucking cool. I did enjoy that. That was very nice. Big challenge, big thorn. Some of the discourse. So U.S. traders coverage is the most draining, not because of the volume of content we put out, which we definitely put out more, right? We do exits, we do feedbacks, we do recaps. It's more exhausting for me because of the constant discourse. And it's like, it's graining discourse. It's, I hate Candace. I hate Rob Roush. I hate Candace. I hate Rob Roush. Well, I hate Jam Jam. I hate Lisa. It's hate. And that weighs on me. That drags me down. That slows it down for me. It's not fun. It's not like, oh, so what do you think based on this move? Like, what do you think this was this a good move for Rob Roush? Or, you know, I can't make a nuanced take without people not seeing it as black or white. I can't be like, yeah, I think Rob fucked up with this vote, but I think he's still in a great spot. People will just be like, no, but did he fuck up or is he in a great spot? You should only pick one. That exhausted me, chat. That exhausted me. Don't forget to tell Dwight he's canceled. Why is he canceled? You gonna call your best friend Dwight on the stream? No, he is busy currently, chat. But he replied to a message I sent him, so I had to reply quickly if I wanted to get to talk to him real quick. Otherwise, he would have been busy. So. Um, Rob the podcast, Dwight is a hype track. It's true. Good night, Jinx. Take care. Take care. Have a good one. I'll be a 60-year-old reality TV geek at the end of the month. There was only one that I could not stand to watch on this year's show. Ooh. Who was that? Oh, I mean, tell me. Dwight is always canceled. Everyone is always canceling him in his chat. Incredible. You know those pictures they take of president before and after they take office? We need a picture of you before and after each trader season. I mean, I guess the closest we can get is if we look at the podcast of me and Nicole that we recorded the morning of the premiere. Actually, that was the morning of the premiere. They just released the morning of the premiere. Yeah, there might not be that big of a difference, but I have to look it up. That'd be a fun activity to try something. Next question is, what will happen if Iran doesn't play the World Cup? Will another team replace them? I believe so. It's unprecedented. I've never seen this happen before, so I don't know what that looks like. But yes, I believe they would just replace replace him with some replace Iran with another team, with another Asian team, maybe the next one in line or something like that. Is my assumption. It's crazy to me that you just discovered about Punch. Has he not hit your algorithm yet? He's everywhere. So Punch was in my algorithm, but he came up on a podcast I did or a stream, and people were like, you don't know Punch? And Liana was like, I'll put him onto it. So from there on, every time I saw Punch content, I would skip it because I was like, I don't want to spoil this for the content. I don't want to spoil this for the podcast or for the stream that we're going to do where I'm going to talk about Punch. Now I already know about Punch. So I just kind of avoided the topic until finally Liana brought it up on this last pod. And then, so now I know. That's what happened there. How are you feeling that Traders UK is renewed at least until 2030? Blessed, happy, confident, excited. I am very keen to see how this goes. And by this, I mean the pod goes, the show goes. I get to talk about the show. It's job security, which is also great. We love that also. So yeah, 10 out of 10 would do it again. Confidence walk. Yes. Will you be watching Love Island Season 8 premieres June 2nd? Any honors you would like to see come back? I would like for there to be an all new season. I don't like returning Love Island seasons. I don't. Love Island is one of those shows where I do feel like people come back and they are 10,000% putting on what they were before, what people liked before. So episode 1 clip this season. Ooh, let's see. Oh, I remember this clip. I've referenced this a couple of times in the last last couple of months. Hold on. Lot of energy. I feel like by the end I was like, all right, I wonder if he's gonna win. I don't hate hydrated people. It's just a theory that I've worked on and has helped me in Blood on the Clock Tower and in observing other games, that if the minute there is a game beginning and someone goes for their water, it's suspect. How many people here tonight here watch RuPaul's Drag Race? I'm really enjoying the current season of the finale of Watch still. Yeah, this is the first season Liana didn't cover, I think, since we started RHAP, which is kind of sad. But she made a couple appearances, right? She made the premiere, at least. So that's cool. I don't hate hydrated people. This is true. Chat, I'm going to call last call on the form. I know this marks a very short pad, but my throat is starting to hurt. It is one of the side effects of both speaking a lot and this procedure I did. Because of this procedure I did, chat, I was told you can't eat anything crunchy for like 2 days. I couldn't have anything hot for 2 days. I had to eat soft foods. Yeah, getting the mouth lasered, not ideal. Tea and honey, absolutely going to make one up. Decaf, of course, for sure. How are you liking House of Villains? I'm loving House of Villains. House of Villains has the potential of being my favorite show of the year. Or Q1. I feel like year is too big a promise. I do. Gotta take care of yourself. Thank you, Megal. Thank you so much. And at the end of the day, I'm happy to get to do some FaceTime with the squad here. And like, you know, some nights will be longer, some nights will be shorter, but as long as we're there, as long as we're having a good time, ace, 10 out of 10. We will be doing Goose Goose on Sunday. I already said this, but I'll say it again. The roster is currently starting to form. Dwight and I were actually talking about that, whether or not he was going to be able to. If you can consume hot stuff, how are you drinking tea, coffee? I'm not. Notice I didn't have a coffee with me tonight. I did not have that. What's everyone else's plans for the weekend here? Ice it? I don't like iced coffee. It doesn't taste the same. Yeah. Yeah. Just room temp nonsense now. Or if I make a tea now, I'm going to have to wait for it to cool off. Essentially. A little bit. We get it, Marps? AZ, not tonight, but I would love to double it and give it to the next week. So next week we'll do like a cheeky minimum 6, if not more. My kids have their last dance competition, so it's a busy weekend. Oh, shit. Okay. I have to get an emissions check on my car. Very exciting. Oh, yay, Mandy. Woo! I prefer ice drinks. Hot drinks raise my internal temp too much. Ugh, I can't help it. It's all about the hot drinks for me. We are supposed to get Blizzard tomorrow night. Oh, let me ask, AJ, if you're in the chat, did your electricity come back? Did your power come back? I'm debating on going to the casino on Sunday night. What's stopping you, Pixie? What's stopping you? Does Liana cover Bachelorette? No. Liana's never watched... Has she ever watched Bachelorette? Maybe in the past, but not in recent times. The Bachelorette on RHAP is covered by Haley and Amy. We just got home from LA Disney, so this weekend is resting up. Oh, hell yeah. Little reset before the week kicks off. I get what you mean. I understand that. Yeah, it got cold again here. My plan is to stay indoors and stay safe, stay warm. That's the plan currently. I'm not going to deviate from said plan. So, I didn't watch it until a girl in my high school went on the show, and I've watched it ever since. Oh, fortunately, not don't know when it'll come back. Damn, AJ. Bachelorette fantasy leagues go hard. I've heard good things about fantasy leagues with the Bachelorette franchises. While waiting for my tea to cool off, I typically forget and just end up drinking at room temp. That's what's going to end up happening here. Because I can't touch it. I might just make it and leave it downstairs so I don't get tempted to drink it hot. But yeah. All right, chat. I appreciate you so much. So much. Last call on the form. Looks like there's no new form entry, so we might close the form in a second here. Next stream will be Sunday. So you already know that. And then we'll see what happens next week. I haven't forgotten about the discussion we had 2 weeks ago. The doing tier lists, bringing tier lists back, doing the Survivor seasons tier list, doing Survivor players tier list, stuff like that. Big Brother seasons tier list. I'm here for it. I'm here for it and I want to do it and it's going to be fun. I just have to organize them and be a little more organized myself to make it happen. So... thank you for being here, chat. Sorry again for the shorter stream. Hope you understand where I'm coming from. I was looking for a raid and I accidentally opened a tab that was not muted. My bad. Ooh, I would have raided Vij, but she's playing a spooky game. If you're like me, you don't want to get spooked. Let's do a tier list on reality shows. We did one, but that was 5 years ago. I think, and what do you think of this, chat? What do you think of this take? If a tier list is now 5+ years old, we can run it back. I think opinions change. I think things change. Reality TV, my opinions could change. Hosts, my opinions could change. Why shouldn't we run them back? Chips, I've had way more chips in the last 5 years than I had before. Time to get a new opinion in. Why not? Do it, but don't look back and then compare. I think that's a fair choice. I think maybe what I would ask, and if this is too much of an ask, Mandy or Liv, tell me. Maybe you give me the list of chips that were on that list prior, and then I can use that and then add a couple more potentially, just to then have a comparison. Or we just raw dog it completely and just come up with a new list completely. I like that idea. I also don't think it should be exactly with the same guest from 5 years ago. But for example, I would do chips with Phil, 100%. So do it with no head. We can do. Hell yeah, Mandy. All right, love to hear that. Okay, maybe, just maybe, we bring back Tier List Tuesdays for a special like period of time. Maybe like a little month, a cheeky Tier List Tuesday month or something. For anyone else on look but not put, yes, I will not look. But a lot of them, I think maybe all of them are even on the YouTube page, the tier lists. All right. Thank you, chat. I appreciate you. I'm going to head on out. Let me go make the tea now. Take care. Have a good one. I will see you Sunday.